Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the banks of the Ohio River. I'm a little late getting started today. I tried to get down here by noon to give you a nice noon lunchtime walk here for the lunch bunch, but all good plans come to naught here. It was raining anyway. It's been, I'm sure, the same as in Chicago. Yeah, I'm not in Chicago. I'm down in Aurora, Indiana. So I've been here before. I came here last year and I tried to do some live streaming here. We'll see if anybody comes in. Look at this gauge here. So the Ohio River fluctuates a lot, and I'll come back and revisit this once people come in here. Yeah, here we are. That's Kentucky across the way there. There's a barge moving up the river here. This is this 52? No, this is a different road here that goes along Aurora here. US 50. Highway 50 comes through Aurora. Sandra, how you doing here? Welcome to Aurora, Indiana here. I'm on the banks of the Ohio River, and we're going to do a nice little lunch walk here. Eric, how you doing? Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'm on the banks of the Ohio River here. Look, welcome to Aurora, Indiana. So, you know, yesterday, I don't know if you saw it, I wasn't able to stream. I filmed the museum there from Milan, and then the day before that, we did some in Indiana, which were railroad towns. This is a river town, so we're on the southern, extreme southeast corner of Indiana. Chris, how you doing? Mary Therese, Shannon, thanks for tuning in. Chris and Chris, we got Chris Gustafson and we got Chris Schultz. Thanks, Angel. I saw you there. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, look. And so, if you look in the news, Pittsburgh, which is upstream, we're downstream from Cincinnati. Louisville's that way. Cincinnati's that way. There's a bend in the river here. Pittsburgh's getting flooding right now. All that water is going to come down this way. Normally when I go here, the river's not this close to this bike path. Anita, how you doing there? Good afternoon. Yeah, thanks to the Lunch Bunch for coming in. Yeah, I'm later today than usual because it was raining earlier. It's been raining, I'm sure, in Chicago too. We're down here in southeast Indiana. I want to show this rain gauge, or it's a river gauge, the level of the river in feet. You see how it goes up to 81 feet. It goes up to 81 feet because in 1937, I don't know if you could see it there. I'll try to zoom in here without losing everybody. In 1937, the most significant flood on record in modern times got up to over 80 feet, same as in Cincinnati. It was a catastrophic flood that happened in the depths of the Great Depression. It affected Cincinnati, Louisville, a lot of river towns, and Aurora too was flooded. And I'll show you, and that's what some of these historical photos show, how the town was flooded at that time. And you know, the town survived. Lawrenceburg, which is upriver from here, I might film that later, got a levee around it. Aurora doesn't have a levee around it, and it's got some historic housing. We filmed here before. We filmed the Hillforest Museum. We'll go up and check it out again. But look at that. The Ohio River really fluctuates a lot, you know. And look, 54 feet. So we're about 50 feet. It's about 50 feet. The pool stage is about 30 feet. So this river normally fluctuates between 30 and 50 feet. We're right about at flood stage now. You see how it's going up on the boat ramp there. Diane, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in, everybody. So here, let's check out Aurora. We got some rain. It's been, even if I was in Chicago, I was talking to Chris about that. I wouldn't have been able to do much live streaming this week anyway, because just like here, we got nasty rain and it's been overclassed. Even today, I'm hoping it gets it all out of its system before the eclipse, because the eclipse is on Monday. We're going to try to film that, but that's good there. So thanks everybody for tuning in. So hey, thanks Eric, thanks for the gift there. I really appreciate it. Baby lemon looking lemon character on a superhero position. I like that. Thanks for the gift there. Did I get the dollar amounts off the screen there? I tried to. I'm trying to. I think what happened, like people said, I think YouTube did an update, and all of a sudden people's donations and the comments were appearing. I tried to get that off the screen, so let me know if you're still seeing that. At the very least, it should be smaller. Happy Friday, Christy. They're all gone. Good. Thanks, Eric. But hey, thanks for the gift, Eric. I appreciate it. Eric's my one of my all-time gifters here on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thanks for the sticker there. Alvin, how you doing here? Robert Murphy just joined. Thanks, Robert, for joining there. I can see your comment there on the bottom. So I can see people's comments on the bottom. That's good. That helps out. Look, here's a Korean memorial here. And see, here's an historic marker to Aurora, Indiana. That's where we're at. 1819. That's how far back this town goes to. Cincinnati's up that way. You see the granary. There's Rising Suns that way, Indiana. There's a casino down that way. There's a casino in Lawrenceburg. We'll head up into the town here and see how they got some historic mansions and stuff that sit up on the hill. They're working on this building. You see that? Look at that. There used to be a tunnel, I think. I don't know what that is. And I used to think it was a railroad tunnel, but I don't think that's what it is. And it just they notched in the hill. They used to store stuff there. But we're getting nasty sideways rain. So I'm going to try to dodge in between the raindrops here, and we'll head up to this riverboat mansion. I filmed it before. We lost the footage when I lost my original account on YouTube last year. So I'm going to go film it again on landscape. As long as this rain doesn't get any stronger, we should get some good footage of it. I'm going to have this. Aurora is a nice historic river town. You know, it goes back to when the steamboats used to go up and down the river, and there used to be a lot of wealth at that time. I'm going to try to cross the street here. And there, look at this vista to the Ohio River here. It's really full of water. And we got about 45 degrees. It's been cold and clammy and nasty all week. And so hopefully the weather will improve before the eclipse. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Alvin. Eric and Christy, thanks for the feedback here. And if you stick on here, and if you got to go away, you can watch it in the reruns. Yesterday, I wasn't able to live stream, even though I wanted to. We went to Milan, Indiana, yesterday on YouTube. It's not on the live tab. It's on the video tab on my YouTube page. We went to the Hoosiers Milan 54 basketball team museum. If you ever saw that movie, Hoosiers, with Gene Hackman and Dennis Hopper, that came out in 1986. The town that movie's based on, I went to it, and they got a museum there, and we went to the museum. I talked to my old first grade teacher, Mrs. Cottingham. She runs that museum. And some of you might have seen that video. If you're looking for it in the live tab, go to the video tab, and I had to record it and not live stream it because I didn't have a good cell phone reception at that town. And so you can check it out at your convenience over the weekend. You want some more Southeast Indiana footage. But I'll be back in Chicago next week after the eclipse. I'm going to stay down here because my father's house is going to be in the totality, the complete, and we're hoping for a partly cloudy day. And look at these gates. Look at this. Look at these. Some of these buildings go back to the 1850s. Some of these are true pre-Civil War. Of course, we're in Indiana, so we're on the Union side of the Civil War. But some of these buildings go back to before the Civil War, and they survive because they're on this hill, and the river floods, but it rises up to about where that car is. Sometimes it floods that road down there by the river. So look, even the swales here, the ditches are lined with rock that they turn sideways, and you see the old. Look at that. There's a cemetery. You see there's a cemetery right there. The side of the house has a family plot for this house. So I mean, you can imagine people that like haunted places. You see that cemetery, Belle, you see that? Let me zoom in here. Look, that's a cemetery, and it's just a private family lot on the private residence here in Aurora, Indiana. So we'll go up to this Hillforest Mansion here, and sometimes you can hear the bells of the church. And we got a dreary 45-degree weather day, but hey, thanks everybody for tuning in here. And we'll tour Aurora, Indiana here. Yeah, TGIF is Friday. So, yeah, tonight I got to go meet with my cousin and get fitted for a tux. He's getting married in September. And I got to get fitted for the tux and pay for it. And we'll be back in this area later this year to go to a wedding. You see on that church, it says 1876. On the roof shingles there, it says 1876. So I guess that's when that church was built. And you can see the granaries and the bend of the Ohio River there. Aurora, Indiana here. There, Mary A. Stratton Park here. Women's Research Club. Mrs. Mary A. Stratton there. Good citizen of Aurora, Indiana here. Yeah. So we'll head up the hill here. This drizzle just will not stop. It's just been all day. It's just like a little sideways drizzle. There's an older. You see a lot of houses like this in Cincinnati. They're just like nestled in the hills. And you see the brick and a lot of the stone foundations. And they kind of settle as the hill keeps sliding around. And look at this the gutter here. Hey, the daffodils are blooming here. There you can see the Ohio River down there. Yeah, Tara. Yeah, you know, well, yeah, there's beautiful river towns in New York along the Hudson and other areas of New York State. There it is. Look at that mansion there. I don't know if you remember this from before, Tara. I filmed this before. This is called Hillcrest, and they got you can tour the inside. And there's the Lord's Chapel there. I just want to film it. To me, I call it a riverboat mansion because the guy that, there's a plaque up here that'll tell us more about it. Of course, the rain's coming back, so I'm walking in a steady rain here. I feel like we're in Seattle or something. You got sunlight in Huntley? Yeah, I know. It's been dreary all week down here by Cincinnati and up in Chicago too. So that's why people have been looking for me. They're like, why have you been streaming? I said, the weather's nasty. I'm at my father's house. I'm taking a break, but we're still posting footage here on YouTube. But here, Hillforest. I called it Hillcrest. I was wrong. It's called Hillforest. It's on the National Register of Historic Places. And there it is. Look at this. I call it a Steamboat Mansion. The guy that made his fortune here made it off of the riverboats. And just like Madison, Indiana has one of these, here it is. Thomas Gaff House. Thomas Gaff, Hillforest. Mid-19th century estate. And I think it goes back to the early 1800s. Look how they got this nice. And look, they got guided tours. Victorian House Museum. Right here. You can look at this online. Hillforest, Aurora, Indiana. And look how you go up these stairs here. We'll just head up these stairs and check it out here. Yeah, look at the round double porch. It looks like the front of a steamboat. And then they got that round cupola at the top. There's amazing views from the top once I get up there. And yeah, look at this. Corydon, Indiana. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I know where Corydon is. Corydon was the original, the first state capital of Indiana before they moved it to Indianapolis, because the oldest settled parts of Indiana, at least before the Native American, or after the Native Americans, was the southern part by the Ohio River, which included across from Louisville and Corydon. But look at this Hillforest Mansion here in Aurora, Indiana. We'll go up there to the porch there. And of course, this is a private land. I guess they do guided tours. You got to pay to go to the inside there. And we'll do that some other time. I want to do a nice overview of the town. They got chairs on the side here. And look at this. Look at that. Look at that barge. See that barge going through there? There's a barge Here, let me zoom in here to this barge here. There's a barge going by on the Ohio River. And look at that, and look at the steeple here. There's the bend in the Ohio River. Here's Aurora, Indiana, the whole town here. And I wasn't planning on going inside. I know you would probably like me to go inside. I didn't schedule a tour or anything. I think you can tour the inside, and you can check it out online. I think that there's this grotto on the side, and they used to have their winery in here. Let's see what this thing says. We will be closed to the public for a private event. Well, they don't have that open there, so sometimes they rent this out. Look at this grotto they got on the side. They got this little coach house here. And look at, yeah, they got the cellar there. They got, I didn't check, I'm doing this all on the fly. I just mainly wanted to do this nice little bend here. And you know me, people that know me, I don't usually pay for the tours and stuff like that because I'm just a cheapo. And if you don't like it, you can watch somebody else. cancel your subscription. I get it. Let's see what it says here. Let's see what the hours are. Please ring bell for a tour. Tuesday to Friday, so it's open. $10. Okay, well let's see if they're in here. Let's see. I got $10. I can pay for 14 and up. I can pay for a tour here. Let's see what we got here. Let me get my money ready here. So let's see if we go. Let's see if the door is open here. And let's see if they're okay with me filming in here. Hold on. Yeah, the door's locked. So I guess maybe I got to go on the side here. Oh, this is say ring bell. Please ring bell for a tour. Okay, I'll ring the bell here. So let's see if they're doing tours today. But hey, we'll until we see if someone comes to the door here, we'll view this town. And if no one comes to the door, I'll just give you a tour of the town here. But I rang the doorbell here. I'm doing this all on the fly. I really did not plan to come here today. I just kind of, you know, figured this would be something interesting to film here. And they got the lights on inside. I can see they got some candles and stuff burning here. I might have had to schedule a tour, and you might have to go online to get a tour of the inside. See, it says, please ring bell for a tour. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's see if they're... Hello.
Hi.
Are you open for tours? Or?
We are.
Okay, I'm filming this direction. Do you mind if I film too, or if I pay for the admission, or you don't want any video of the inside?
Let me...
Okay, yeah, check on it. Check
Let
on
me
it.
check.
Yeah, thank you. So she's going to check to see if she can, if I can video in here, and that's why I rang the doorbell there, and we'll see what they say here. But if not, you know, we'll I understand they got their policies, and this is yeah, it's a beautiful town. Yeah, this used to be a private residence. You can look it up online. It's called Hillforest, and it's here in Aurora, Indiana. And we'll see if they're available for tours here, and if they're okay with me filming. Oh, Paul, I saw that. Pennsylvania. Yeah, so New York had an earthquake. That's amazing. Hey, how's it going, sir? How you doing? Hey, I'm on TikTok live. I don't have to film. I was walking by here. Some people were asking to go inside. I said, well, I got to pay $10 admission to do the tour. Yeah. Can I come in? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. This is beautiful.
I'm just going to hide from the camera.
No, I will not film you. I usually don't film myself. I want to film the great interior architecture.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks for giving me a tour. How's it going? Yeah, how you doing? I'm just going to film the interiors. And yeah.
No, he's just going to do some shots. It's all good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Here you go. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you. And so this goes back to the early 1800s, right?
It was finished in 1855.
1855.
Mm-hmm.
And the original owner was involved with the river boats, right?
He had a fleet of paddle boats.
Yeah.
His main income was brewery, Crescent
Yeah.
Brewery.
Okay.
So,
And so I can just tour the rooms,
Yes.
and can I go upstairs or
yes,
not?
yeah.
And then how about the top with
Yeah,
the?
I'll show you how to get to that.
Thank you so
I'll
much.
just kind of hang out in the background.
Appreciate it. So good. So, thank you. I'm just going to talk to the audience here. I just got a few people. It's only like 25 people. Thank you. Here we are. We made it inside. We're inside the Hillcrest here. So let me clear off the camera here because I got a little rain on here. And yeah, look at this. So 1855. This goes back to before the Civil War. Look at the rooms in here. They got a piano. They got the beautiful drapes here. Look at this is just classic interior in design here from that period. And look at the fireplaces here. Yeah. Thanks, John, Kat, and Mary Therese. Yeah, what a treat here. Thanks for tuning in. And if you miss any of this, you can watch the full rerun there. And I'll just kind of give you an overview of the rooms here. Look, what is this? This is a roller organ. This is a Melodia roller organ, a parlor amusement. Look at the sculptures they got there. Hello, how you doing? Look at, they got urns. Look at this piano. Yeah, look at this piano. They got the... Yeah, look at that. Wow. Look at this grand entry. This is amazing. That's beautiful staircase. Stained glass windows. Look at these parlors on either side of the entry. They have another piano over here. Look at the portraits. And beautiful lighting. Look at this. Look at these. The furniture. The urns. Again, so I guess that's the original family right there. And look at the molding on the ceiling here. Ground molding. There's the dining room. Wow, look at the dining room. I'll stay behind. Yeah, I won't go to the dining set here, but here's the dining room. Here again, if you just joined, we're in the Hillforest Mansion here in Aurora, Indiana. I know people get it confused with Aurora, Illinois. There's Aurora, Ohio, Aurora, Indiana, and Aurora, Illinois. We're in Aurora, Indiana. Look at this beautiful staircase. This is like something out of a movie. I mean, this is great. And so you mind if I head up the stairs? So I'll head up the stairs here. And yeah, there's 2 stories, and then they got this round cupola at the top. And I think it used to like draw the air up there. It was like natural. Look at the size of this door. It goes out with the stained glass here. And wow, look at all the rooms up here. Look at that. Look at the dolls. Wow, look at that. Got the tea set. That's like a children's room. Look at that. And they got paintings here. Look at the clock. Look at this. Wow, you guys did a great job how you have all these rooms just with the mannequins in there. Yeah, I'll just go from room to room here. Look at that. Wow. Another tea set. Look at that. Look at that. That's a sewing machine. It's a sewing machine there. Isn't this nice here? Yeah, thanks everybody for staying on here. We'll go from room to room. Here's another bedroom. Look at that. It's just like you're in Europe or something there. You got the curtains over the bed. Nice fireplace in every room. And closets. Look at the closets. Wow, so that's how you get up to the upstairs. So we'll go up to the upstairs. Thank you so much. So he opened up I never would have found that. It's just like a closet. It goes up to, we're going up to the top here. This is the Hillforest Mansion in Aurora, Indiana. And look how 360, you got the telescope. You can look out, look at this view, this commanding view to the bend in the Ohio River. Again, Aurora, Indiana was a riverboat town. Goes back to the late 1700s, early 1800s. Like, I think Lawrenceburg was late 1700s. Aurora was founded right after. And look at this view. We're at the top here. Oh, the bedrooms are huge. Oh, that's fine, Chris. Don't worry about it. You know me. I'm just, I didn't want to impose on the nice people showing off this mansion here, which is great. You know, here's an aerial overview of where we're at here. So they have an aerial photo here, and so we're in this portion up here, and we're overlooking the whole river bend here. Look at this. All right, I'm going to show this to my father because and I want to ask the nice gentleman about this grotto on the side. I think they used to have like a cellar or a winery on the side here. But look at that skeller. So I'll back down the stairs here. Very narrow staircase, but it works. Thank you. Okay, good. Look at that. Yeah, see, it's just like a... I'll let you close it. And so these are all the bedrooms. Oh, look at this. So let's see what we got here. Look at all this all these historical items they got here. Here it shows some of the Gaff Wilder family here that used to be part, and some of their personal items, their photographs, Noah Ark's animals. There's a historical postcard. There's, I guess, the grave, and there's some family photos. Look at the pipe, silver cup, the all the families here and the family names, and look at some of the heirlooms here. Look at the stuff even on the top. They got the writing desk. See, look at the writing desk. They got another writing desk here. Look at this like lithograph. And look, here's some of the Riverview Cemetery. Here's some of the First National Bank of Aurora, and how integral this family was to this town. Here's the Crescent Brewing Company, Aurora. Look at that. Wow. And it's nice. And here's some of the distilleries, the Gaff distilleries. They were involved in brewing. Look at that. Here's the Pullman cars. Look at that. Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Chicago, the big four. And they got the dining cars. See how this area is tied to Chicago and Cincinnati and Indianapolis. Just like Madison, Indiana, these older river towns. Shipping, brewing, milling, banking, distilling. He was involved in all these businesses. And Aurora beer, that's amazing. This is great. Look at these spoons. Set of coffee spoons as a wedding gift from Uncle Henry Smith. Look at that. This is great. Look at those chairs. I gotta film those chairs. Look at that. No sitting. Look at those beautiful chairs. And look at the view from this window. Yeah, you can see the river, and there's a porch there, or a balcony. Thank you. Look at this. Here's an old plat map of Aurora, 1855, and it shows this is the residence of Gaff and a different Gaff family and Walker. Look at that. That's amazing. Look at that. Look at the Civil War. That's Vicksburg, the Battle of Vicksburg. Wow, look at that. This is great, thank you. Look at the carpeting. So on the side here, there's like a grotto. Did there used to be like a cellar there, or?
No, it started out of the water tower.
Water tower.
Yeah, they collect water off the roof.
Oh, it was like a cistern, and that's why they put that there.
Yeah, then it turned into a rock garden.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Well, thank you for letting me up here. I appreciate it.
Anytime we show the house off.
This is great. Yeah. And this is pretty much it. It's these rooms here.
Yeah. It does have a full basement that's not accessible.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And people rent this out for events, right?
We have small weddings and things here, yes.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for being here, and let me cruise through here. You know, and people are just we do history in Chicago, and so I'm down here. We do Cincinnati over the Rhine. This goes right in with this, you know, and so
it's all that old brewery money from the day.
That's it.
This whole area.
We see it in the houses. They put it into the houses. It was all before Prohibition. That's amazing.
And he had a large residence in Cincinnati as well. So.
Well, that shows you they were connected to that business.
There was a train here in Aurora that went to Cincinnati daily.
Oh, yeah, right along the river. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Get you out
Thank you. Here. And I'm going to show this to my father because he grew up in this neighborhood. I'm down from Chicago, but
we're going to school in Elgin.
Elgin, there you go. Yeah.
Stop on the train.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if we get to see the eclipse on Monday. I'll see you. Have a great day. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So, hey, we saw the inside, so thanks for coming along. I know I missed all the comments there. The disturbance staircases, that's why they were so narrow. And you went up to the top there. So let me show you the grounds here. So, see, we were out. Oh, there's the bells of the church there. There's the bells of the church right there, Aurora, Illinois. You're in Elgin right now. See, look, I should have told him that, you know, and it shows how all these communities are connected. There's, you know, business between Cincinnati and Chicago with the railroads, the river, and these little towns that were all connected. And the people that, you know, the brewers, you know, we talk about the German brew bearers the brew barons in Chicago. There were beer barons in Cincinnati and Aurora too. This is this grotto I was talking about, and he says there was a cistern. There was a cistern on the roof. See, we were up there. We were up there on that second story there, and there's a grotto here. But there was a cistern tied to this, and then they made it a rock garden. And that's what this is. I thought it was a cellar. You see how there's this outbuilding here, kind of like a coach house here. And I didn't get the guy's name. I'm respecting. I'm sure if you know, they're kind of running the place. So I didn't get the gentleman's name. I'm bad with that. I want to respect people's privacy. I'm happy that he gave me a tour. He didn't really want to be on camera, so. You know, if you research online and then Hillforest here in Aurora, I'm sure you can find a contact info. There was a nice woman and a nice gentleman here that were here. When you ring the door, you just ring the door. If you come here, you ring the doorbell, they'll give you a tour. And I'm sure if you're not filming, he might give you a more hands-on thing. He just didn't want to. I want to respect. You know, I'm the same way. It took me a long time to be comfortable with being on camera. I'm not even on camera, just my voice on camera. But, you know, I understand not everybody, he didn't really, he said he wanted to stay off the camera, which I appreciate that. But here we got to see the inside of the Hillforest Mansion here, Aurora, Indiana. We got to the top. We got to that cupola. And once I get a little further back, we could see the whole thing. And I still want to give you a little overview of the town. We still got some time. And I pretty much took the afternoon off. If people are worried about me getting back to work or something like that, I pretty much took the afternoon off because I'm going to film a little bit here on YouTube. And then I might recharge my battery, and then I might do a little filming. And I might drive up to Lawrenceburg and go to TikTok. And then around 5, when I normally come on, I'm going to meet with my cousin, and we're going to get fitted for tuxes. And we're going to go out to dinner with some of the people that are going to be in the wedding party later this year for my cousin's wedding. There's the Hillforest Mansion here. We went inside there. Hopefully it streamed okay, and we got to see some of the rooms there. But this Victorian mansion, I call it a steamboat mansion. And it's right here, preserved. There it is, Hillforest Victorian House Museum here. There, hillforest.org. Maybe you could find his name on there and talk with him if you want to find out more information. So, yeah, Larry Bird. Yeah, Larry Bird, they grew up near French Lick, Indiana, which is over by, it's south, it's actually areas west of here, southern Indiana. Yeah, it's hilly over there. There's an area of Indiana called West Baden Springs, which has amazing hotels. They used to have sulfur springs. And I would like to show that area sometime. Eventually, I might go over there with my father sometime. I went there with my father. There's amazing mansions, and there's like little trolleys and stuff, and there's casinos. But yeah, Larry Bird grew up near French Lick and West Baden Springs, and that's an historic area of Indiana. People used to go there for the sulfur springs in the old days, and it would be like a laxative. and you can still smell the sulfur springs in that area of Indiana. But we're towards Cincinnati. We're towards we're towards Lawrenceburg. We're in a town called Aurora, Indiana, near the banks of the Ohio River, and we just went through that Hillforest Mansion. So we'll go down into the town here, and this is a nice, charming town. Fortunately, the rain stopped. Yeah, The Shining. Yeah. There's a big round. It's an amazingly round rotunda hotel in West Baden Springs that's really large, and they restored it. It's like bridge arch trusses that support the rotunda. But yeah, there's another hotel there. Yeah, it does kind of look like The Shining. I mean, it's set in a period, you know, and so yeah, I'm sure people that always like haunted things, you know, I'm showing you some things that could be haunted today. Here, welcome to Aurora, Indiana here. Yeah, we'll head past it. See, on this side it says 1864. On the other side it says 1876. So I don't know which. I guess that church was built multiple times. Yeah, the stairs are hard. Yeah, well, that's why you can just watch the video, you know. And thanks for coercing me to go inside. You know me, I'm just really, I have like social phobias. So once I get over like knocking on the door and talking to people are pretty nice, and I'm just naturally not I naturally avoid people in life. People wonder why I'm a bachelor. I just avoid people naturally. And I'm amazed I'm in this situation now, like you saw on the Cubs videos, where people see my TikTok live streams and they recognize me in the streets, and I'm just amazed that people want to come up and talk. But most people are pretty sociable. Look at that. Look at these beautiful. This is almost like Mork and Mindy. You know, I know that was Boulder, Colorado, but there's amazing Victorian style. This is like Queen Anne style. This is like a Queen. It's almost like something you see in Connecticut. See how it has that turret and all the different colors? I guess it could be Victorian. I don't know where the line. I'm not an architect. I always am bashful about, because, like, for example, remember when I showed the bungalows? What I called them bungalow style houses, and people ripped me in the comments because they said they were ranch style. They were ranch. Rotated ranches. They weren't true bungalows, and people take it very seriously, especially people in the real estate market that try to sell real estate. If I call something a bungalow that's not a bungalow, even if I said it's a bungalow style house that was built later, they rip me in the comments. So I'm hesitant to label the architectural styles, because sometimes I'm confused myself and they overlap. Like, that's almost like a federal style. Look at that church there. Look at these churches here, Aurora, Indiana here. But hey, we got spring flowers here blooming. Look at this beautiful building. Let me cross the street to get a better view of it. So if you just joined, we're in Aurora, Indiana. We're just filming this historic river town here, and it's beautiful housing all through this town. Hey, good afternoon, Danny. Maryville, Indiana. There you go. That's great. That's good, Eric. Yeah, the hotels. And so here, let's head down. I just want to let me film the door of this building. Look at the detail in here. I like the gate, the wrought iron fencing here. They got little benches and stuff in the yard. And look at the entry here, how it's painted here. Look at that beautiful door. Got a screen door. Landscape well. You got these. Hey, you got some tulips. We got some tulips almost ready to burst forth here. You got the ornamental trees here on the side. Look how you can see that steeple there. Look at the cornice there on the side. And they got a nice like tower. Here's this little church here. But yeah, the church in the background says 1864, and then there's this colonial style church right here, and I think that one's Catholic and this one's Protestant. This one's Presbyterian. So this is First Presbyterian Church, and then I don't know the name of that one. And then look at this beautiful porch. Look at that wraparound porch. Is this a bed and breakfast? Let me see what that sign says here. So we're in Aurora, Indiana. Thanks for tuning in. There's a great view to the Hillforest Mansion that we saw and we just took a tour of. So if you missed it, you can check out the rerun here on the live rerun tabs in YouTube. Here it is, whole house rental. You can rent the whole house. It's called the Harmony. Small events there. Harmony House Aurora 47001 at gmail.com. You can rent this house if you want to check out this river town. Oh, I bet they got a good rivalry with the softball. Yeah, you got the First Presbyterian against the Catholics. Yeah, that's great. So it's called St. Mary's. That's St. Mary's. And this is First Presbyterian, Aurora, Indiana. Founded 1850. It says founded 1850 underneath the spire there. We're at 4th and Main. Let's head down. Let's head down to the main commercial block here in Aurora, and then we'll circle back to the river. We're really near the Ohio River. Thanks for coming along on our little tour of this riverboat town here. And yeah, probably later this afternoon I'll try to recharge my battery, and I'll head up to Lawrenceburg, Indiana, which is just 5 miles north of here, if that. And it's another river town with an historic downtown. And I'll probably do that on TikTok, because people have been looking for me on TikTok all week. Isn't it funny? You guys on YouTube know I've been live streaming a little bit this week on YouTube. And it's funny that people looking for me on TikTok will not watch me on YouTube, even though they're looking for new content. I'm like, it's there, you just got to go to YouTube. You know, we went to the Milan basketball museum there for Hoosiers yesterday, and that's on the video. It's not on the live tab, it's on the video. It's a regular video here. But look, there's a bicycle shop. They got nice murals here. And rising sun. Look, there's a barge going by. Let's see if we can catch this barge going by. So we'll cross the street here. I'm talking loud. People are looking at me. Look at that barge going. See, that's the Ohio River straight there. There's the barge. So let me zoom in here. Hold on, I'm missing a comment here, but I'll get it. I just want to get that straight down this street, Aurora, Indiana. We got a barge going by, and the river's at flood stage. It's about 50 feet right now. We got a bunch of water up towards Pittsburgh upstream that's heading this way. So I hope the river doesn't start rising, you know. And we'll see what happens later this week here. But thanks for tuning in. Yeah, there's pretty houses here. Thanks, Elena and John and Elena. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Beautiful name there. And yeah, some of these definitely are fixer-uppers. There's some nice murals there. And I just wanted to, yeah, let me zoom in to get the churn of the, they're pushing it upstream. So the barge is pushing it upstream. You can really see the paddle wheel keeps on turning there. I'm rowing on the river. I'll do my Tina Turner or Creedence Clearwater Revival, you know. Rowing on the river. Yeah, all the streams are swollen here. Yeah, there's flooding. Yeah, everything ends up either in the Mississippi or the Ohio, you know, and yeah, these river towns have survived so many floods over the years. There's the third and Main. We got a flagpole here. We got a little wind. So I'll walk up this commercial strip, and then I'll walk down the other side, and then we'll head back to the river there. I just want to catch this. Look, $164.50. If you've rolled through the stop there, that 50 cents adds up. Look at this bicycle shop. I like that sign there. Look at that. They got the bicycle shop with the bicycle. They don't even have, just the bicycle itself is the sign. Look at that. Yeah, Weber Sports. I think my dad bought a bicycle here. I think he bought a tandem recumbent bike. So here's the main commercial strip. I want to film this gas station just so I don't miss it. Look at this classic. It's almost like we're in the 50s, like Milan, Indiana. Look at this nice little window display with the Easter Bunny. Aurora, Indiana. What a nice little quaint town here. There, look at that bike. It's like a Pee Wee Herman bike right there. It's a gold. There, look. The bicycle built for two. Tandem bikes. They got nice little seating here. Look at this gas station. Look at this golf station. Look at this. Look how you can look up the street to the Hillforest Mansion. That's what we just went to. Look at this little gas station. They got the little carousel over here. This is Americana right here. Look at these old gas pumps. Golf dealer, eat. They look at that. Look at those gas pumps. And some of the old ones, you would the gas you would collect at the top, and it would gravity, it would go down. But these are more modern ones. And look, they got the golf truck, they got the carousel, they got the little horse you could ride. This is like stuck in time. Look at this. They got the windshield wiper service, they got the old cash register, they got the old cigarette machine. Look at this gas station. They got the Coca-Cola, they got the old air pump. Look at this. And this is a restaurant. Look, you can look in there. They got an old soda fountain there. They got little 50s tables and diners you could eat at the gas station here. So I guess it's closed down, but when this was open, this was a nostalgic diner here at this gas station. You use the cash register like that, Tara? Yeah, isn't that nice? Look at this. There's a church over there. So let's head over that way. I just wanted to film this real quick here. So everywhere I look, there's some eye candy. Here, River City's bike share program. Here, we'll see what. There's a map over here. So they got some parking. There's plenty of parking here. Main Street, Aurora. They got bikes. You can rent a bike. You can rent a bike. I didn't know this. This is great. Just like the Divvy bikes in Chicago, you could rent a bike here. They have a path that goes along the river. See this orange thing? There's a bike path. It goes all the way up to Lawrenceburg. You can go up there. So I might do this. This is good to know that we can rent a bike right here. So let's just see what this is called. River City's bike share program. Okay. Welcome to Aurora, Indiana. Yeah, you want a nickel's worth of Ethel? Yeah. Look at this Studebaker truck. I'm just, I know I get easily excited. I'm just, it's a restored Studebaker truck with a rusty bike in the back. That's Pee Wee Herman's bike right there. They're going to restore it. Weber Sports, that's what this is. So that's the truck for this. And what a nice bicycle store here. This charming town, Southeast Indiana here. Historic Preservation Commission Award there. Yeah, City of Aurora. They won an award. They got nice murals. They're biking along the river there. Got the dog and the kids just flying around there. I guess they need to paint the bike on there. There's the Pee Wee Herman bike. I keep saying Pee Wee Herman over and over. It's Earthquaker. Look at that, electric bikes. Wow, look at this church. So what is this? First United Methodist. So this is First United Methodist Church in Aurora, Indiana. Let me cross the street to get the whole thing here. Why did Brian cross the street to film the church here? Let's see. Now my cousin's like, when's the last time you've been to church? Why are you filming all these churches? I like the architecture and the history of it. Look at that. Yeah. There the chimes. Lucky Feather Soapery and Mercantile. There you get the soap. You got the tub with the rubber ducky. Yeah, get some soap here, Lucky Feather. Plenty of parking. Look at this building. This is Old Town Americana right here. And they got a mural over there, personal yours. Look at this beautiful porch. See, you get ideas. Look, they got the balloon little wind chimes there on the porch here. Nice wraparound porch, or at least on the side there. I like the shingles. I like the color scheme of this house. I like Aurora a lot. I just it's like, I always overuse this, stuck in time, but it's a true river city. That this is pretty much what this, besides the street being paved over, these buildings were here in the mid 1800s. There's a St. John's Lutheran school, which is, so that's a Lutheran church. That's St. John's Lutheran Church there. Of course, the school's more modern, but here, we'll go past the wood shop here. See how there's some houses on top of the hill. We're at 3rd Mechanic here, Aurora, Indiana. Thanks for being on here. And if you got something else to do, you can watch the live reruns there. I almost tripped. I gotta watch where I'm going here. Hey, look at this porch. Got a nice swing there. Yeah, 3rd Street. We'll go over to the Aurora Farm and Garden there. They got a feed mill over there. Yeah, I grew up near here. I grew up about 20 miles on top of the hill from here. So there's farming. You go on the top of the hills, it becomes like a plateau away from the Ohio River. I grew up near a town called Sunman. If you look on the live rerun immediately before this, it was real windy on Wednesday, and so unfortunately the feed cut in and out a lot. I went through the little town of Sunman, Indiana. I grew up more near that town. That's where my father still lives. We're going to watch the eclipse from my father's house on Monday. So I'll try to have YouTube and TikTok going at the same time. We got the glasses. I know it's going to be hard for me to film. I can't film directly into the sun without having the little filter on it. We're going to see if the glasses will work over the camera. And here's Aurora Farm and Garden. We'll head over that way. We're just checking out this town here. But early in this live, we got inside the Hillforest Mansion there. And see, everybody's like Eric's donations help pay for me to get in there, and I appreciate that. And I don't expect anybody to donate. I want to see it myself. I just have social anxieties where I don't like knocking on doors and talking to people. I'm just I don't know, it goes back to my shy childhood or something. I don't know. Here's Bridgeway and 3rd. But I can do live streaming. For some reason I can do live streaming. Here's I guess because I could talk, just filling all the dead airspace here. Here's the United States Post Office, Aurora, Indiana. It's a nice post office. I want to get to this because unfortunately in that town, Sunman, we had a feed mill. It wasn't as nice as that one. It was more like a barn, but they had a feed mill like that got tore down. They tore it down about 5-10 years ago to build a Dollar General, and now the Dollar General is going out of business. And I was like, why'd they tear it down to build something else that went out of business? I hope they never tear this thing down, the Aurora Farm and Garden there. The old grain elevator right next to the railroad tracks at the far end of town here. But look, it's hay seeds, grinding and mixing, boots and straw. It's still a working feedlot, or they got mulch. I guess you can get, there's a cat in the window. Look at, let's film this cat in the window. Just classic scenes of Americana here. Welcome to Aurora, Indiana. We'll go past the dock here. Let's check out this cat. Let's say hello to this cat. How you doing, cat? What do you say there? You like living in Aurora here? How's it going there? Yeah, how you doing? You having a good day? No, that's okay. Yeah, you're clawing up the side there. Yeah. You see that? Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Cat's like, let me out. I'm stuck in this window. How you doing? Yeah, well, have a good day there. So let's see what they got here. Let's film this this feed mill here. So they got peat moss. So I guess it's like a garden center now. Yeah, they got some plants for spring. You can plant your garden here. Patio onion sets are in. Get your seeds and mulch. It's called Exporting Street. Yeah, I'm glad you saw that, Elena. Yeah, I like cats too. Here, look, they got the side dock here. Look at hay bales. They got all the, got some water and some other things here. Aurora Garden Center here. Look at the nice mural they got on the side of this. Here's the railroad track. So I think this is the B&O Railroad. I think this is where the B&O Railroad splits off from the Ohio River. Of course, the B&O Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, I'm sure you recognize it from Monopoly. It actually runs from Baltimore through Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, and then it goes, I don't know if it goes through Pittsburgh, but it goes through Cincinnati. Then it goes up the hill and goes straight west towards St. Louis, the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. So this is actually it. Or this might be a spur of it, and it heads up the hill right next to the Aurora Garden there, which is the old feed mill. And here's the old railroad depot. So let's check out the old railroad depot. Classic railroad crossing sign here. These little shotgun commercial storefronts, and we'll go over to the old. And unfortunately, passenger trains do not run through here anymore. When we were at the Hillforest Mansion, he said the guy that owned that mansion had other residences in Cincinnati, and he would take the train daily, perhaps, just like commuting from Aurora, Illinois to Chicago. You could commute from Aurora, Indiana to Cincinnati. But unfortunately, there's no longer passenger trains that come through this area. Amtrak still goes to Cincinnati, but it's only 3 days a week. But here's the little local history library at the depot. Let's check this out. I'm missing comments. Yeah, it's like the Monopoly game. Garden shops, yeah. Thanks for checking in. It's a neat town. Thanks for being a live audience. And I know it's I've been scarce this week, but we'll get back into my regular schedule next week after the eclipse. So let's see what this is here. Look at this. Aurora. Look, it says Aurora. This is the old train depot. It says, please use other door. Book club moved to the library. So it looks like the book club's no longer in here. I just wanted to film the depot here on the train track side. We'll head straight down this street here. And yeah, it doesn't look like it's open. That's okay. We'll go back down. We'll head straight back to the river here. We'll go to the business district and head down another street here. Aurora, Indiana. We're on 2nd Street here. That's a nice looking depot. Let's see what they got on the side here. They got a few historical things there. Hey Julie, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. We're in Aurora, Indiana. So if you missed it, you can later at your own convenience, whenever this weekend, you can watch the beginning of this. We went through the Hillforest Mansion there. It's a riverboat mansion on a hill overlooking the Ohio River. We're at the extreme southeastern corner of Indiana. Of course, I'm still with my father this week, and I got to get fitted for a tux for a wedding that's going to happen later this year with my relatives down here. And so I just took the afternoon off of work because I got a break in the busyness of work there to take some time to film some of these historic river towns here. And it finally stopped raining. So we'll go down the main, this is the main street of Aurora, Indiana. And we'll just film the commercial storefronts. Gamble's is like a Dollar General store, but it's the name of a family that runs it, just like Goldblatt's or Polk Brothers or something in Chicago. Look, here's the library. So here's the Library of Aurora, established 1819. This is a riverboat town from the early historic period of Indiana. They got a nice sculpture there with the kids playing in the log there, and there's the library. Here, let's see what this library looks like. I might just take a peek inside here. I don't know if this is a Carnegie library. I know we went to Brookville and we filmed that Carnegie library. Carnegie donated a bunch of his fortune to establishing libraries all over the United States. Here's the Georgiana E. Sutton in memory of her father and mother. Let's see if this is even open here. I won't spend, I'll go quiet in here because it's a library. How you doing? So there's somebody looking at me there, so as soon as I open the door, they kind of scout at me, so I don't really want to go in there. It was literally like I opened the door and someone was looking at me and scowling at me, so you know, they probably heard my voice and like, who's this person talking? They probably saw me on the security cameras there. But here, we'll continue. I want to get back to the river here because there's like there's a helicopter further down that park where I started, and I'll start heading down the river here. Look at this. What is this? This is like a antique shop. Is this an antique shop? Look at this. They got a Superman with the Darth Vader mask on it. They got a churning thing. They got a scales. That's an old scales. Look how you could step right in the window. Remember we went to Madison, Indiana, and there was like a lot of nice little historic shops like this. Look at that. And look, they got the guy from The Simpsons. That's the comic book guy from The Simpsons. Chris, look at this. Is this the back of a pinball thing, or what is this? I don't know what this is. Chicago Coins Kilroy. Does anyone know what this is? Have you seen anything like this? Huh. But, am I still streaming okay? Okay, good. Yeah, look at the nice Premier Insurance. Yeah. Wellington's Ice Cream Palace. Mechanic in second. Chris, here's some Galaga. Here's Pac-Man. They just got some. I guess this is like an arcade, or they're working. There's Centipede, Defender, Donkey Kong. They just got the outside. They don't have the inner parts. They just got like the outside of the old video games. There's a clothing store over there. Look how they got the nice brick sidewalks here. Aurora, Indiana. There's the Aurora State Bank right there, or formerly the Aurora State Bank. Now it's something else. There's Combs Pizza. Here's the First National Bank, historically. And here, let's cross the street here. Yeah, old school vintage games. I'm glad you saw that. Yeah, the top part of a pinball machine. That's what I thought too. There's a skateboard there, the Aurora Diner. Look at this pig. Oh, they got the old projectors. There's the old reel-to-reel projectors. This restaurant will be open later today. There's the First National Bank of Aurora, historically. They got some murals there. Hey, look, there's James Dean and Marilyn Monroe there. Breakfast, lunch, bacon and eggs. What is this? What is this restaurant called? I can't. It's called the Aurora Diner. The Aurora Diner. This is the Aurora Diner. Combs Pizza, Hoagies. Yeah, some of these storefronts. There's McFeely's, Screws, Tools, and more. McFeely Screws. I didn't say that. That's what it says. Look, here's Hippie Bob's. Hippie Bob's is here in Aurora. This is my place. So there's a hippie place in Aurora. Can you believe this? Rock and roll. They got. I'm glad I'm on. I'm glad I'm on YouTube because they got hard blown gas. They got pipes. It's a head shop. This is like a head shop in Aurora, Indiana. Now, of course, it's not legal in Indiana, but that doesn't mean you can't have a good old Hippie Bob's head shop here, just like the old days. And it's open. That's great. Oils, t-shirts, jewelry. There's the Opera House Apartments. Look at that. That's a nice building here. Historic Aurora, Indiana. There's plugs. Second time around. Crypto's Comics. There's a comic store. Look at that. Angie's Bakery and Coffee House. Plug Sweet Tooth. What is that? Ice cream, popcorn, books. Look at this alley. They got Spider-Man. So they got this little alley. Look at somebody's coming down. You got the nice little cafe. Toys. Cool junk. Let's film this. Yeah, look at this toy store. I like this. Second time around. Crypto's Comics. Toys, Antiques, Comics. Look, they got a Barbie. They got little Yoda. Yeah, resale shop. They got all kinds of stuff here. What, Alejandra. Table seating. I guess this is a restaurant. Alejandra's Authentic Mexican. Alejandra's Mexican restaurant. Right in Aurora here. Look at the nice mansard roof, little balconies. Yeah, we got a real authentic Mexican restaurant, Alejandra's, right here at Main and 2nd Street, Main and 2nd, Aurora. And there's the Art Guild. They got an art store over here. Southeastern Indiana art store. Nelson TV, the bottom line. So here, let's head over to the river here. So if you look up that way, that's the top, the middle way up the hill there, that's the Hillforest Mansion. We went there and we went to the top of it, and if you missed it, you can, we toured the inside of that place. And you go that, there's a bridge there. That's a bridge over there's a little creek there that goes into the Ohio River. So we'll head down towards the Ohio River and we'll just walk around the Ohio River. Yeah, back in the day. Thanks everybody. And veterans, the VFW hall's right there. Let's check out this mural. They got the old fire engine where they used to haul by horses. And there's like a little park here. Look, they got little little swing. Oh, I got to check out. There's these old kids rides that used to be in front of Kmart and stuff, where you put in the quarter and you ride the little. It just, you know, undulates there. There's Tom and Jerry. There's the old Tom and Jerry ride there. Look at that. Oh, Tom and Jerry. Like a cheese car. What's this? Safari. You can sit with the giraffe and the elephant and the gorilla there and go on a safari. Yeah, Indiana. It's got some cool stuff here. Look at these Indiana license plates. You got the Corvette there, or the little convertible. What is this place? Steak Company. So this is a steak place. J. Miller Steak Company. They got a steak place right here. And yeah, look at this mural. We'll go film this mural here. So they got a little train. And here's some more. Look at this. I gotta film this. Of course, people know I'm not a huge fan of Trump myself. If you like him, that's okay. There, America, love it or leave it. So there, I'll let you be the judge. They got Jimi Hendrix. Look, they got a Jimi Hendrix ticket there. What's that from? Scoutorama. They got some stuff here. What is this? Yeah, they got some eclectic items there. So here we'll film this mural. You see the Ohio River's right there. So this is the steakhouse. They got a whole veranda. I bet you got nice river views. You can see the Ohio River. You can sit on these little benches here. And here we go. Historic Aurora, 200 bicentennial, 1819 to 2019. And that's what this commemorates. They made these little swings here. They got a little park. And look at that mural there. Oh, they got those at the Volo Museum. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, thanks for you know, and dummy me, when you first said Volo, I thought Volvo, but the Volo Museum, Chris has some great footage of all those cars, but it's more than just cars. They got so much historical items like you're talking about there. And so check out Chris Gustafson's page there. He's got some great footage of the Volo Museum there in Illinois. But we're in Aurora, Indiana here. We're filming this mural here. There's the old fire engine that they had to pull with horses going out in the snow there. And look at the Ohio River. Let's go over and film this historic marker here. We'll just head along the river here. It's at flood stage, so you see how it's almost to the level of this road here. So I got to actually cross this to get over here and cross the street here. We'll see if we can do it safely here. But thanks for tuning in for a little tour of Aurora, Illinois, or Aurora, Indiana. I almost did it. See, I almost said Aurora, Illinois. Aurora, Indiana. I know everybody's going to be confused. People tune in, they're like, you're not in Aurora. But they're thinking Aurora, Illinois. This is Aurora, Indiana. And there's an Aurora in Ohio, too. And I didn't know that until I came here last time, and somebody said there's an Aurora in Ohio. I guess this name gets used over and over. It's probably Aurora, Colorado. Yeah, there's an Aurora in Colorado. There's many Auroras in different states, but we're in the one in Indiana, which is by the Ohio River. And this is the Ohio River at flood stage. There's the barge dock there, or the port. Steamboat Clinton on the banks of the Ohio near here, opposite the Eagle Hotel. Pinckney James built the Steamboat Clinton, 1824. Occasioned a great celebration and the firing of a cannon. So they launched the steamboat here in 1824. Went down the Ohio River, down probably to the Mississippi, and launched the steamboat era there. Yeah, thanks, John. So here's the Ohio River. It's right at flood stage. It's about 50 feet. It's about 50 feet deep. Can you believe the Ohio River is 50 feet deep from the center? It's much deeper than the Illinois River or the Mississippi River. And at the worst flood that we ever had in this area in 1937, it got to 80 feet. 30 feet above my head. Can you believe that? Here they got a memorial here. They got a Veterans Memorial here to Dennis Gunny Kennett. And so if I head this way, we can get, there's a path that follows the river. And I just wanted to show this from this parking lot here. Yeah, Aurora Borealis. Yeah, thanks, John and Chris and everybody. And yeah, if you missed any part of this, you can check out the full recording. We went to that mansion there, and thanks for talking me into going in there. I'll show that to my father later today. My father's excited to watch the Iowa game tonight with the women's basketball is just amazing. Of course, you know, Caitlin Clark there is just, it's amazing. She could just drop a three at the drop of a hat. She's like, you can't defend against that. It's just amazing. It's so great that people are finally watching women's sports. Here's, we'll head back up to 3rd Street here. This is, look at these trucks surrounding these bins here. I saw this dinosaur when I came in here, so I'll film this dinosaur. There's this green dinosaur here on the side of this gas station here. Look at that. So yeah, gas prices are much cheaper in Indiana than they are in Chicago. Yeah, $3.55. Diesel's $3.99. So Dino Care, that's what that dinosaur, it's a brand, I guess. Okay, I didn't realize that. There's Kevin's Who's Your Auto Repair. Who's your daddy? Who's your mama? Penske. Hey, we'll go back to the Ohio River. It's always amazing when you go around this curve, you feel like you're driving into the river. Where can you get this close to the Ohio River without a levee being here? They did not, Aurora chose not to build a levee because so much of its downtown was near the river. And so this floods every once in a while. This building has flooded several times because you see how close it is to the river. Look, they got a canoe right here. This canoe might get swept away. Let's see what this marker says here. Yeah, it's Friday. Everybody's still at work. We got 2:46 local time. History of the Aurora Ferry. There used to be a ferry here, 1802, and that ferry. That's Kentucky. That's Kentucky. We're that far south. This is the banks of the Ohio River. Cincinnati's that way. Lawrenceburg's that way. Louisville is that way. And look at this canoe. But yeah, that building is flooded several times. And look how close. This road is only feet away from being flooded, and we got a bunch of water coming down from Pittsburgh. And so I'll wait till this traffic crosses. Here's a public access dock. Chris, you could just load your boat right in here. You drive it down, you could just, but look at all those logs. I mean, I wouldn't recommend boating or water skiing on here when it's a flood because there's so much debris in the water. You know, I saw a washing machine going down this river one time. I can't believe it floated. But yeah, this is only 3 or 4 feet separate us from the Ohio River in this road. And this road does flood, and they do have to close it down. And they might have to close it down later this week when all that Pittsburgh water starts moving down the Ohio River. So the population of Aurora is about maybe like just over 1,000. It's not that big of a town. It might be larger. If you can look it up, maybe if someone could do me a favor and look up the population of Aurora. I don't have it off the top of my head. Lawrenceburg's a larger town. Lawrenceburg's about 5,000 people maybe. And also if you combine Greendale, so if you combine Greendale, Lawrenceburg and Aurora, it might be about 10,000 people. But Aurora is only about 1,000 people. It's maybe like 2,000 people. And it's not that big of a town. And I think we're still in Dearborn County, Indiana. And the reason I'm heading this way, I parked my father's car. I borrowed one of his cars and drove down here. There's the Riverview House. There's a bell there and a little outdoor gazebo. See, there's an Aurora in Texas too. Yeah. Alien crash, 1897. I'll look into that. That's interesting. 3,750. Thank you. So it's larger than I thought. Thank you. Thanks, Tara. So Aurora is 3,750. So I was I was lowballing the population. So 3,750, it's pretty large. And, you know, larger than I expected. It's larger than Sunman, the other town it's larger than Milan, where they had the basketball museum. And it's probably because they annexed some subdivisions up on the hills. And there is a nice commercial strip along US 50, which runs along the river. They got this nice park. I'll show you this park that you can park your car at, and they got bike paths. And there is a bike path that connects Lawrenceburg and Aurora along the river. See, we started up that street, and we'll go down this little gazebo and check out the little river walk here. Thank you, thanks. 3,502. Thanks, Commercial Richie. Thanks for, I appreciate people looking up the facts there. Yeah, I got a second phone. I could do it. It's just easier. I really appreciate people, Tara and Richie, there for getting me the information there. Yeah, it's on Wikipedia. They look on Wikipedia. They'll tell you about the history of the town. And, you know, and unfortunately, not all the history is great. There's some bad history that happened here. There's some good history. And it all happened before I was born anyway. So here we'll head along the banks of the Ohio River here. See how this bike path starts here. They got some flags, Korean War memorials. They got some historic markers. And they do have public restrooms down here, which is nice. Here, Aurora was laid out by Jesse L. Holman, trustee for the Aurora Association, 1819. Early statesman, preacher, educator, federal justice. His son was a congressman, William S. Holtzman, and was called the watchdog of the Treasury. There you go. Yeah, here's a Korean War memorial here. And then further down, they got a Vietnam War memorial, and they have a helicopter, so I want to film that. So they got some nice stuff here. They got shelters and picnic tables, and you can park your car here and just veg out by the banks of the Ohio River. Milan's 1826. Okay, so Milan's larger than I thought. So Milan's larger than Sunman. Sunman's probably only 1,000, and then Milan's almost double that, and then Aurora's 3,000, over 3,000 people. Thanks for the good information. Yeah, I grew up, you know, until I went to college, I grew up in southeast Indiana, where my father was a farmer, or my grandfather was a farmer. My father grew up on a farm, ended up getting a good factory job. He's an electrician, and working at a production steel press company. And I eventually moved to Cincinnati, went to college in Cincinnati, then I moved to Chicago in the late 90s. We talk about 1999 all the time. I've been to Chicago. I lived in Chicago over half my life, so I know usually people in Chicago, they always are like, "Are you born in Chicago?" No, I was not born in Chicago. I was born near here. That's why I come back to visit my father and film this stuff here. But it's interesting stuff too. Like, you see this, we started here. You might not have seen it when I started my life. They got this flood gauge, and it's in feet. You see how it goes up to 81 feet? There's 54 feet. We're about 50 feet right now. That's flood stage. In 1937, it got to 81 feet. It was up here. Can you believe that? And so all this was flooded. It's a lot of that town was flooded. And that's what, this is some of the historic photos. Some of that stuff we just walked through, this is how it was flooded in 1837. And it's flooded several times since then because there's not a levee. And so those streets we were walking down, all those buildings have survived several floods. See, that's that bank, that's that church and bank building. There's the whole downtown. And there's that bridge we walked past. This is Aurora, Indiana, and you can look this up. See, look, that street, that we just walked down that street. You see how that street floods? And it might flood later this week, too. And that's when they got this flood skate. And see, look, they got different years. You see different years, how high it got. And it gets a little lower, and then all the way at the top, 1937, it was just the mother of all floods, you know, and it affected Cincinnati, affected Louisville, the Mississippi. There was just some epic floods in the Great Depression era. Yeah, thanks. It's easier for you to look it up. I appreciate that because I got a good group of people that help me with the facts. Sometimes I can't keep everything in my head, and it's always better to look it up. We got the internet, all this artificial intelligence. They got this little water fountain here. So they got a playground. I'm just going to quickly walk this way because I might not walk all the way to the end, but I just want to show there's a helicopter, an actual life-size helicopter that they got mounted on a post that's part of this park. And once we get past these shelters, you can see it down there. And so we'll wrap this up. We got 2:54 in the PM here. We're in the Eastern time zone because most of Indiana is in the Eastern time zone. It's just the areas around Evansville and Gary that are in the Central time zone. But yeah, so probably what I'll do, my battery's at 69%. Yeah, I'll get to this helicopter here. So I'll go film this helicopter. I'll head back to the car. I'll end this live on YouTube. I'll recharge my battery. I'll probably stop at the store, get something to drink. And I might, between 3:30 and 4:30, I might be on TikTok filming Lawrenceburg, and I'll just tootle around Lawrenceburg. There's a casino there. It's a river town. There's a levee there where you can overlook the river. People on TikTok are forgetting about me, so I gotta do a live on TikTok. And then usually when I go on at 5 to 6, we're gonna go get fitted for a tux, and then I'm gonna go out to dinner with my cousins. And then I don't know what we're doing after that. I don't know if we're gonna come back and watch these basketball games or go to Cincinnati. I don't know. So if we go to Cincinnati, I might live stream from Cincinnati. But I don't know. It depends on what I'm meeting other people, and I don't know what they want to do. So real life invades the live streaming here. But here's this helicopter. I appreciate everybody, all you being on for this nice late lunch walk, early afternoon walk. Look at this helicopter from the Vietnam era that they got mounted here on this park in Aurora, Indiana, near the Ohio River. And they got a big plaque here. Maintain the presence, yeah. But God, duty, honored country there. The combat infantryman badge, Purple Heart. So this is the Bell UH-1 Iroquois named Huey. This is a Huey helicopter, of course, from the Vietnam era. And it talks about it. Turbine-powered helicopter. So this was used heavily in the Vietnam War. You've seen it in all the movies here. And the gunners would sit on the side here. My father was in Vietnam. Here's the Vietnam Veterans of America. They got this nice memorial here. And we'll film this helicopter here. Look, there's a bald eagle over there. I think that's a statue. If that's a real bald eagle, I'm gonna freak out. That's got to be a statue. But look at this helicopter here, flying along the banks of the Ohio River. You see that? That's a statue of a bald eagle. I turned off the volume. Okay, sorry, I turned off the volume. Sometimes when I zoom in, I made it pretty long today without turning off the volume. Thanks for letting me know the volume was turned off. Yeah, this is a wood carving of a bald eagle here. I turned off the volume when I zoomed in. Thanks for letting me know. Look at the rapids there. Look at the rapids here on the Ohio River. There must be a log or something underneath there that's causing that. And you see the current here, how the current's picking up because the level of the water is picking up. And yeah, the mute button's next to the zoom. It's my fat fingers. Chris knows I do it like almost once a live when I can't resist from zooming in. If I wouldn't zoom in, I wouldn't do it. At least I got the money off of there. Yesterday, Wednesday, we had the giant, you can see it on the live recording. It messed up the whole live with some in there. It had the, poor Eric was all over the corner there. We got that off there. But here's the bald eagle, the banks of the Ohio River. We'll go back up and film this. I'll end it at the Huey here. We'll go back up to the helicopter. So I'm going to take a break here. Thanks everybody. If you missed any part of this live, you can check out the live rerun. Yesterday, it's on the regular video tab. We went to the Milan 1954 Basketball Champion Museum. If you saw the movie Hoosiers with Gene Hackman and Dennis Hopper, that's what that movie was about. And they got memorabilia from the movie. And we toured the museum. I re-met my first grade teacher from elementary school, Mrs. Cottingham. She runs that museum now. And dummy me, I was talking to her. She goes, you don't know who I am? I'm like, oh, Mrs. Cottingham, my first grade teacher. And it was so great. My father, she knew her. My mother knew her when she was still around. And my sister had her for first grade too. And she ran that museum. So if you missed that video, please check it out there on the video tab, not the live tab on YouTube. And then on Wednesday, earlier this week, we went through Summit, Indiana. Now today we went through Aurora, Indiana. Thanks everybody. Thanks for being on the walk there, John, Elena, and Chris, and everybody else, Tara, and Lisa. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, Nebraska's Vietnam Veterans Memorial opens on June 6th. You're on the board. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks for being on the board. And the Huey was put up on its post in the Nebraska. So you got one in the Nebraska Vietnam Veterans Memorial. That is great. Thanks for the good information, Lisa. And thanks for being on and all the good information and being on the board there. And here's the one in Aurora, Indiana. So you can check out the one in Nebraska. And we got one down here in Indiana. So thanks everybody. Thanks Julie and everybody else. Anita, thanks for being on. And we'll see you later from Aurora, Indiana. Thanks, Anita, for I hit the mute there, so hopefully I'm back now. But yeah, this I'll go to this sign here. This is earlier in this live. We went to the Hillforest Mansion there. We actually went inside, so I'm going to show that footage to my father later tonight or this weekend. But I'm going to sign off here, take a break. Thanks everybody. We'll see you later, a little bit later in Lawrenceburg on TikTok. And then I'll go get fitted for the tux there. So we'll talk to you later. Have a great day. No, that's okay. It was me. I always hit that mute button. But thanks, Anita, for being on. Christy, everybody else. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, Eric, for the sticker. And we'll talk to you later from Aurora, Indiana. We'll see if we can check out that eclipse on Monday. We'll check the weather report. Have a great day. Talk to you later. See you, John. Okay, bye.